Hello everybody, Brian, Professor B. Davis. We're getting a little late on horseback. We had some technical difficulties in the drive in a deep right field. This is one going back, way back. It's off the wall. And some runners are going to go to second. It's a leadoff double by Jay Pickens, the leadoff batter for Michigan State. A one-out double. Brian, Professor B. Davis here coming with you on horseback. As this is the second game of the doubleheader between the Michigan State Spartans from the Big Ten against the Santa Clara Broncos from the PAC, or from the West Coast Conference. And we're just going to give you the starting lineups. And we're just a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties, and we'll just give it to you as follows. Leadoff double for the Spartans. The Spartans won the first game of the. Have won the second game of this three-game series. The first game of the doubleheader and won by a score of 7-5. So here the leadoff man for Michigan State, and the leadoff hitter is Jimmy Pickens, and now coming to the plate. So Jimmy Pickens leading in the sophomore with a leadoff double. And the foul goes by to Michigan State's dugout, 0-1. Second game of the doubleheader. Coming a little bit late on horseback. And the next pitch. Look out and hit him. That's Falsey Slater, the catcher. Playing down
first baseman, number 22, Ryan Krill.
And Ryan Krill, the first baseman, is now up for Michigan. Krill, the first baseman, the big one too. He's at the plate. It's Krill, and then it's the catcher. There's a meeting on the mound for and here we go. A meeting out there on the mound, and then Kevin Morgan is playing the game. He plays second base. We're just trying to get everything set up. Here's the pitch coming. The pitch. There for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0 the count. Catcher's coming up there. Joel Fisher is batting .292 for the season. 14 hits. This is high for a ball. We're at the plate is Ryan Clara. Clara is batting .234. So we're just getting out of the lineups, coming a little bit on horseback, a little bit late. 2-0 pitch coming. That's a ground ball to the first baseman. They're going to get just sort of out there, and there'll be no play, so it's going to be a 4-3 put out.
Now by the catcher, number 32, Joel Fisher.
That's a productive out the word. Now the runner at third with 1 out. As we're right here in this beginning of this ball game, Here we go. The pitch is in there for a ball 1-0. One and out to count. The pitch. Here's a drive to deep left field. This one's going back, way back at the wall, and touchable. It's a 3-run home run by the catcher, Joe Fisher, and the Michigan State Spartans lead it by a score of 3-0. He tagged that one deep into left field, and it sailed, and it was able to come out. It's a 3-run home run, and the Michigan State Spartans lead it by a score of 3-0. Now bring up Kevin Grogan to the plate. Grogan to the plate correction. And the pitch. And he hits one to left field and to the left fielder. He is there under to make the catch for out number 2 in this game. Brings up Justin Hovis to the plate. Justin Hovis to the plate. We're just coming here a little bit late for the broadcast. And the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. It's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch. And he rips one to center field. This one's back to the center fielder. He's there to make the catch. 3 runs on a pair of hits. No Spartans runners left on base. And after an inning and a half, it is Michigan State 3 and Santa Clara Broncos nothing. You're watching NCAA Bay Area Sports Weekly broadcast of NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week from BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. And he hits one ball deep and turns it on. I'm always like you.
Leading on the ball in the second inning. For your Broncos, a designated hitter, number 27, Peters Somerville.
And pitcher goes foul.
Third baseman, number 10, is Drew Ozan.
Here for a ball. 1-1. That's ripped into center field. In there to make the catch is 2 men gone.
Now batting the first baseman, number 31, T.J. Brown.
2 men gone here. One, two to count. Pitch is in there. And a pitch outside for a ball. Pitch is seen, hit that one, the screen foul. And the pitch on the way. It hits him.
Second baseman, number 4, Kyle Demerit.
With 2 down. The pitch, swing and miss, strike 1, 0-1. Back to first. So now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle Demerit is at the plate for the Broncos. One-two pitch coming. Ground ball to the shortstop. He has the time, throws to the second baseman. No runs on no hits. No Broncos errors. And after 2 full complete here at Stephen Schott Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, it's Michigan State 3. Santa Clara Broncos, nothing. You're watching NCAA Baseball Game of the Week presented by BayAreaSportsWeekly.com on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com, your 24-hour news service.
third inning for the Spartans. The center fielder, Cam Gibson.
What's the sales called? Okay. Pitch is in there for a ball, 1-0. Leading, it's going to be, it's Gibson, Richardson, and Kerr, the heart of the lineup, back to the top of the order for the Spartans. He reps one to the first baseman. He picks up his time, and it's the first baseman for the Broncos. It's T.J. Braff at a 3 unassisted putout. One man gone here in the top of the third inning. Brings up Ryan Richardson to the plate. Michigan State, last year, of course, going to the NCAA tournament, was in the Stanford Regional last year. Ball is 1-0. And that's a rip. Foul ball. Now the count is even at 1-1. One ball, one strike to count. And it's a high fly pop up foul territory, and it's the catcher, the third baseman, and it's the third baseman there for the out, and it's the third baseman is Drew Lawson. I bring up Jordan Kerr to the plate with 2 men gone. 2 men gone. Jordan Kerr to the plate. And the pitch. Drag bunt to the third baseman, and he has himself an infield base hit. As Kerr had the drag bunt, and that's going to be Jimmy Pickens to the plate for the Spartans. He dragged that bunt for the third baseman, Ozane, and that was a great infield hit. Back to first base goes Jordan Kerr. Here on St. Patrick's Day weekend, beautiful view here at Schott Stadium. Back to first. Schott Stadium opened back in 2005. One of my other great favorite ballparks to college baseball ballparks to visit. When I used to cover the Dons on a full-time basis when USF played Santa Clara in conference play, this is one of the great beauties. No balls and no strikes to count. The pitch, outside high for a ball. It's now 1-0. This is the final game of the 3-game series. Michigan State won the first game of the doubleheader. Area guaranteed themselves, assured themselves at the very least, taking 2 out of 3. The pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1. Brian Professor B. Davis here at Schott Stadium. NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week. 1-1. The pitch. In there for a ball. Now it's 2-1. On deck for Michigan State. Bowsy Slater, the on-deck hitter. The pitch ripped into center field, base hit. Goes into center field as Kerr stops at second, and Slater got himself a 2-out single. Blaze Salter to the plate. Hit by pitch in his first time up. He's a big kid, listed at 6'5", 225 pounds, from Bloom Hills, Michigan. Went to Orchard Lake St. Mary's High School in that area. The pitch, and he swats that one foul, lines it, and goes right by the dugout for Michigan State. Here in the press box, nice view. Built back in 2005, Stephen Schott Stadium, named after the former Oakland A's owner, Stephen Schott, who was the owner of the group from pretty much 2000, from the late 90s till the mid 2000s. That's whipped into left center field, base hit. Here comes the runner coming around third. He will come up scoring. In comes the runner coming in scoring is Kerr, and having himself an RBI hit is Slater. And the Michigan State Spartans, I should say, now extend the lead to 4-0. And now bring up Ryan Krill to the plate. And Dave O'Brien, the second-year coach for the Broncos, is coming out, and that's going to do it for their for the starter coming in to pitch for. That's a rough outing as he leaves the mound heading into the dugout. And we're going to take this, as we know, so coming. So Jacob Steffers, short outing, and now on the mound for Evan Bernstein will come in to pitch for, and he's a left-hander. We'll take this quick timeout. 4-0 in favor of Michigan State. We'll be right back. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. As we continue right here at Schott Stadium, Evan Basington to the plate. That's high out there for a ball. One ball, one strike to count. The 1-1. And missing outside is now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. First time up, reached on a fielder's choice. The pitch. It's now 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. The pitch. In there for a strike. It's now full count, 3-2. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Full count. The 3-2. Ripped in the left field base hit. In comes Pickett to the plate. He slides. And he comes in to score. An RBI hit for Ryan Krill. And it's now Michigan State now extends their lead. It's now 5-0. That'll bring up Joel Fisher to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a 3-run homer in his first time up at the plate. Joel Fisher has 3 of the 5 Michigan State runs this afternoon, and this so far in the early part of the second game of this doubleheader. We look at the first game. Pitch is in there for a ball, 1-0. That first game of the doubleheader. The pitch hits it inside for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. The 1-1 pitch. And he sliced that one foul right by the on-deck circle. Getting that ball is number 14, Groger, on the on-deck circle. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The 1-2 pitch coming. And he hits that one foul. And the third baseman. One ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The pitch. And that is a hits by pitch. And now the bases are loaded. And Kevin Gorgon will come to the plate. Kevin Gorgon to the plate. For the season, he is hitting. Gorgon's hitting .265 at .350 on base percentage, .265 slugging percentage. This is a golden opportunity for the Spartans to bust this game wide open. The pitch, high for a ball, 1-0. Next, he waits. 1-0. Missing. It's now 2-0. Even with the bag right now, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Michigan State leads this game by a score of 5-0. The 2-0 pitch. It's now 3-0. Grizzly team is having trouble playing with the strike zone. 3-0 the count. The 3-0 pitch. He's going to take that pitch as now the strike. It's now 3-1, or 3-2, I should say. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Oh for 1 his first time at bat, and that's ball 4, and that's going to get a Spartan run in. It's now 6-0, and Dave O'Brien's going to come out to the mound, and another pitcher's going to come in. We'll find out who's going to be. Another pitching change. And it's going to be. And now coming in is it's Reese Carluce. Reese Carluce coming in. And Reese Corrales will come in, and we'll take this time out here from Schott Stadium, here in the South Bay, here in Santa Clara. Michigan State, from the Big Ten Conference, leads Santa Clara Broncos by a score of 6-0. You're watching BayAreaSportsWeekly.com NCAA Baseball Game of the Week on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
Not my fault. Legit. What? That's why I said it. Oh, yeah. What night do you think the record on the what? Record on the truck? Yeah. You all right?
The third baseman, Justin Hogan.
Now coming in for Reese Corrales coming in now pitching for Santa Clara. Reese Corrales coming in there. Record 0-4, 9 appearances with an 8.27 ERA. Justin Hovis is at the plate. Bases are loaded. The number 9 hitter for the Spartans up. The pitch. Outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Oh for 1 at the plate. 1-1. Pitch is high for a ball. That's now 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Now the count now evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Well, it has this game go on. We'll take a look at these two programs. The pitch. Ripped in the center field. That could drop in. No, it's going to hold up in the center field. It makes a catch. But the Spartans scores 3 more runs. They leave the bags loaded. And after 2.5 here at Schott Stadium, here it is now the Michigan State Spartans 6 and the Santa Clara Broncos nothing. You're watching NCAA baseball game of the week between the Michigan State Spartans and the Santa Clara Broncos from BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
Leading off for your Broncos, the catcher, number 33, Jack Looney.
It's 6-0 in favor of Michigan State here. Brian Professor B. Davis here. The third and final game of this set, the second game of this doubleheader. Michigan State winning the first 2 games, winning last night, winning the first game of this doubleheader 7-5. Zach Looney to the plate. Pitches out there for a ball. It's now 2-0. Michigan State. And that's ripped the right field opposite way. It goes foul. Looney going the up way. 3-game set at Santa Clara, March 15th to the 16th. Michigan State coming on a spring break trip, riddled with some storms, forcing 2 games to be postponed and another canceled on the trip. The pitch in there for a strike. It's now 2-2, even the count. 2 games were postponed in that span after they took down the 7th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats 6-1 on March 9th. Popped up in the air, and that is the pitcher on the mound. And there's the infielder. It's the third baseman. Hovis camps under to make the catch. 1 man gone here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. So we'll also look at it. So you look at it. Michigan went 1-2 through a tough Austin Pay at Clarksville, Tennessee on spring break. Spartans split their doubleheader before falling the rubber match. Michigan State picked up another quality win against Tennessee Tech on the trip as well. The second ever meeting between the Spartans and the Broncos. Santa Clara State beat Michigan. Santa Clara beat Michigan 8-5 back on February 7th, 2000. Former coach Mike Cummins, who's coaching now at San Francisco State Division II, was their head coach. Santa Clara's 8-9 of the season, won the series against San Jose State last weekend, winning 2 of those 3 games in the home-and-home series. Pitch is in it for a ball out, 2-1. Broncos last year, of course, went 26-28 last year, finished with a 5-19 record in West Coast Conference play. The pitch, missing out there for a ball. Greg Harris's first team all West Coast Conference last year, bagging a team-high 398. This season he's bagging a team-high 400 and has 12 RBIs. That's ripped to the second base. Great play by the second baseman. He takes his time, throw the first, and it's gone for out number 2. Michigan State senior right-hander Andrew Wasik will get the call, end up with the winning pitcher on Friday night in the opener. David Gardner, we're looking at what happened in that first game. And
Sophomore right-hander Mick Van Vossen is on the hill for his fourth start of the season. Vossen pitched 5 2/3 innings in the loss to Kentucky. He had 2 strikeouts, giving up 3 runs and 6 hits in the loss. Always for all the latest sports scores and news on Bay Area Sports Weekly, go to BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. Outside for a ball. Reminder: next Saturday, 1 week from today, we'll be west, headed back north. Our NCAA college baseball game of the week will be at AT&T Park for the annual Dante Benedetti game. That's going to be a big event. Pitch missing for a ball. It's now 3-0. USF Dons will take on the Portland Pilots at AT&T Park. 3-0. The pitch. It's ball 4. And the Broncos get a runner on base. Now bring up Matt Ozan to the plate. We'll try to give you all the stats we can, and if we know we have technical problems with the with some of the problems we have with the lighting, if we have problems with the lights, because this is the second game of the doubleheader, it's tough to catch the light. But we hopefully to improve on the broadcast games live on as we continue. Matt Ozane, he's from Scottsdale, Arizona. He's a senior outfielder. 1-0 pitch coming, and we're back to the first base goes Steven Takahashi. Dan O'Brien, his second year for Santa Clara University. 1-0 the count. The pitch. One and one to count. One and one. It's now 2-1. Look at the schedule for after today's 3-game set. Santa Clara will go on the road for the next 2 weekends. Ground ball up the middle of the second. That's a 4-6 unassisted, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, and no runners left on base. And after 3 full or 1 man left on base, and after 3 full complete here at Stephen Schott Stadium, it's Michigan State 6 and Santa Clara Broncos nothing. You're watching NCAA college baseball on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
What you said? I'll look out. There might be a game for as well. Yeah. They didn't have a game for
Leading off, took out before that for the Spartans, the center fielder.
And now coming to the plate, it'll be Cam Gibson leading things off for the Spartans. It will be the top of the order, the 1, 2, 3 hitters, Gibson, Richardson, and Kerr to the plate. NCAA baseball. Doing this as a recording on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. Pitches hitting foul territory. The catcher going under it and goes out of play 0-1. We'll give you all the opportunity we can to give you this broadcast. Hopefully we continue to improve this broadcast. 0-1 to count. The pitch. It's outside for a ball. 1-1. Michigan State last year, or 2 years ago, they won the regular season title outright. Didn't get into NCAA regional. Last year, won 37 games. That's the most wins ever in the program's history. Got in that large bid. Outside for a ball. As this game rolls on, we're going to give you some more information on Michigan State about these two programs. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Now full count, 3-2. On deck is Richardson for the Spartans. 3-2. Right back to the mound to the pitcher. That was a great line put out. Right back to Carlos. That was a liner. That's a line out to the pitcher. One man gone here in the top half of the fourth inning. Ryan Richardson to the plate for the Spartans. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. And he hits one foul. Oh, 0-2 to count. 0-2 pitch. That's a high for a ball. It's 1-2 to count. No balls and 2 strikes to count. One-two pitch. Outside, it now evens the count now at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch coming. That's a full count. Full count. We're going to have a great, exciting next week for our game of the week in San Francisco. We'll be broadcasting at AT&T Park. Lines that one foul. We're going to have excited the Dons over the weekend. We're going to try to give you some NCAA college baseball scores when we have a chance. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly ball. Pop up is going foul, and it's going to go into the stands. Full count. Full count, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And out on strikes is Ryan Richardson. Jordan Kerr will come to the plate for the Spartans. Jordan Kerr comes to the plate. We'll try to get some scores around NCAA baseball. We know San Francisco Dons began West Coast Conference play today against Gonzaga. First time they're back up there. They'll be on our game of the week next week, as the Dons will take on the Portland Pilots. Their first trip back up there up at Gonzaga since winning the anticlimactic series 2 years ago. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And now the count's 1-1. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Driving to the left center field, right field, camping over to the right fielder, and it's the right fielder for the Broncos, Casey Munoz, to make the catch. No runs, no hits, no Broncos runners left, or no Spartan runners left. And after 3.5 here at Schott Stadium here in Santa Clara, Michigan State still leads it over the Broncos 6-0.
Center fielder, 16, 15, I can't tell.
Leading off for the Broncos, the right fielder, Casey Munoz.
Bottom of the 4th inning now. It's 4-0 in favor. Fouls this one back.
Here for a ball.
And it's a strike.
There's a change for the Spartans in playing center field, Anthony Checky. And now batting for your Broncos, the designated hitter, Peter Somerville.
And now we here for a strike 0-1. Michigan State baseball program is a team. They have look at their history, and they've it's a short history. It's led by their legend by the head coach Jake Boss Jr., 5th year man. And the pitch. Now it's 2-2. And the pitch. Ripped into foul territory, and it's the first baseman. And that's the first baseman Krill to make the catch, and it's now 2 men gone. It's 2 men gone. Drew Ozan to the plate. Top of the 4th inning. 6-0 Michigan State. The pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Michigan State. The next pitch. In there for a strike, it's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch coming. Ground ball to the shortstop. Takes his time, throws the first. Will he get there in time for the out? No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Broncos. After 4 complete here at Schott Stadium, it's 6-0 Michigan State. You're watching BayAreaSportsWeekly.com's coverage of NCAA Baseball Game of the Week, and we'll continue in just a moment.
And it's a great view.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yep. I was doing my YouTube game broadcast up here on there. I know it's a little, the background's a little tough to get though.
Yeah.
I do got a video camera, but it's not set up to record. So eventually I'm gonna get one of those big cameras down the road. We got a little low on the budget right now. Next week I'm gonna be at AT&T Park doing USF in Portland for the Game of the Week.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They do the Dante Benedetto Classic though, so.
We're going to the 5th inning now. It's 6-0 in favor of Michigan State. Brian Professor B. Davis here. So, taking a look at this, the program have been to NCAA appearances only 4 times. Only the 4th time in the program history they've been to a NCAA tournament. Pitch is outside for high for a ball. Last year, Michigan State appearing in the NCAA tournament for the first time. NCAA regional bound playoff tournament, first time since 1979. They've only made 3, only for the 4th time. Other times they made it was 1971, 1978, 79. Outside for a ball, 2-2. They were conference champions, 71 and 79. They won it outright. They didn't start doing Big Ten tournament until 1981. So if you finish first place in the Big Ten back then, prior to them having a playoff tournament back in those years prior to the 1981, they ended up winning the title conference championship outright in 1971 and 79. And the pitch is in for a ball 4. 79 was if you're a Michigan State fan, was a great year in 1979 to be a Michigan State student, not only for Michigan State baseball, but Michigan State Spartans winning the NCAA title with the great Irvin Magic Johnson in that year in 79, defeating Larry Bird's Indiana State Sycamores in the NCAA championship game. And we know with a launch on a dawn of a new era of the NBA in the 80s. Salter to the plate. He is hit by a pitch and got a base hit. Last at bat. Michigan State that same year, 1979, won the NCAA title. They defeated Larry Bird, Indiana State Sycamores. Pitches fastball. He hacks at one foul. He was the count at 1-1. Michigan State defeating Indiana State Sycamores. Larry Bird's Indiana State Sycamores in the championship game. I've seen that game so many times. That classic, which really was a start, first of many head-to-head games, which was a side. And that goes to a 5-4-3 when you get there in time for the double play. Salter, easy 5-4-3 double play, 2-man gone here in the top half of the 5th inning. That meant, so that year in 79, Michigan State won the NCAA championship with Irvin Magic Johnson. You know who his head coach was? Judd Heathcote. Judd Heathcote was his head coach back in 79. Magic Johnson, Greg Kelser. Magic, of course, he was only a sophomore, left Michigan State after his sophomore season and was picked, one of the top picked by the LA Lakers in the 1979 draft. And of course, that winning attitude carried over into the NBA, where he won an NBA title his rookie year in 1979-80 season, his first of 5 titles in the 80s for the Lakers. Swings and fouls that went back by Ryan Krill, as him and the Lakers defeated Dr. J, Julius Erving, Billy Cunningham's Philadelphia Sixer team in 6 games in the 1980 NBA Finals. First of many championships for Magic. Outside for a ball. Not only just for Michigan State, also known for 2 baseball familiar alums. Steve Garvey, who played at Michigan State, was a perennial all-star with the Dodgers and with the Padres. He rifles that one foul right past the Broncos dugout. Look out. Big boy Ryan Krill, the first baseman. The pitch. Try to bang him in with that inside pitch. Equals the count at 2-2. Garvey and Kirk Gibson was on that team in '79 for Michigan State. Pitch is a high fly pop-up, foul territory, and that is the catcher, Looney. Camps under it, and he makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no Spartan errors, none complete. After 4.5 complete here at Schott Stadium here in Santa Clara. Michigan State 6, and the Broncos nothing.
Oh my God. You're doing good. You're doing good. Hey, you're doing good. I always try to make something out there, something Anthony, I really feel bad. I really feel bad. I really feel bad. Like, you created them. But you can't have it. You can do it. I'm not going to do I don't know. I just think it's audio only or somebody else. Yeah, everyone sees good. That's what. Have you we'll get you to either believe in the scrappy. I just think it's so like 3 actions because I just don't.
Back here in the top half of the bottom half of the 5th inning here, and it's 6-0 in favor of the Spartans here. Brian Professor B. Davis here. So you look at their history year by year, and we'll look into the profiles of the 2 players and one of their main here at Stephen Schott Stadium. You look at Michigan State has some pretty good players, and the Spartans beating the 7th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats from the Southeast Conference, Michigan State. We're going to take a look at some of these. And that is whipped into the center field. Base hit, the first hit of the game for the Broncos, as T.J. Broth gets the first hit for the Broncos. That brings up Kyle DeMeritt to the plate. First hit of the game for the Broncos. And here we go. Kyle DeMeritt, the catcher at the plate. Or no, not DeMeritt. For the Broncos, the second baseman. Looney is on deck for the Broncos. And the pitch. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. It's 1-1. Look at the Michigan State. Some of the names here go into the coach's profile. Pitch is in there for a ball. And here's the profile of Jake Boss Jr. The two-strike pitch is missing outside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. And the pitch. And ripped into right field. That goes for the right fielder. First baseman checking foul territory. And a great catch by the right fielder. Great play by the right fielder. It was Pickens with a great dive in foul territory with plenty of real estate out there in right field to make the catch. A great diving play. One man gone here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. And Zach Looney to the plate. Looney to the plate. Ripped into right field opposite way. That's going foul. Jake Boss Jr. He was appointed as the 16th head coach in Michigan State baseball history on July 1st, 2008, taking a little time to make a mark on his program. In 4 years, Boss has combined a 130 wins, 94 losses, a .580 winning percentage, making him the winningest head coach in that 4-year span. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's now 0-2. And he have guided the Spartans to 3 straight 30-win seasons, the Big Ten regular season champions outright back in 2011, and an NCAA tournament berth last year in 2012. Pitch. Ooh, missing outside, just missing outside for a ball. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1-2 pitch. And a little looper to the center field. The center fielder had a bad break, on a bad jump on it, but he able the center fielder for the Spartans, and it's the center fielder Gibson to make the catch. 2-man gone. So in 2012, the Spartans won 37 games, the third most in the program history, earning an at-large NCAA regionals berth for the first time since 1979. 5 Spartans got all Big Ten recognition, including first-team outfielder Jordan Kerr. Following Michigan State's successful season, 4 Spartans were selected to the 2012 Major League first-year player draft, including third baseman Torsten Boss, Michigan State's highest draft pick, 8th round by the Baltimore Orioles in 10 years. That ball gets away from the catcher, and going to third base is the first baseman, Braff. Ryan Jones was picked 13th round by the world champion San Francisco Giants. Right fielder Tony Buffuscio, 14th round by the Chicago White Sox. And closer Toby Weber, 33rd round by the San Diego Padres, were also chosen in the draft. 1-1 pitch coming. And it's now 2-1 to count. One hit by Van Boston today in his 4 seasons. Boss have drafted the most of the 4 years at Michigan State since 1989 through 92, 11 players, and a drive in the left field. That's the shortstop. Camping under it is the shortstop Richardson to make the catch. No runs, one hit, one Bronco runner left on base. After 5 complete here at Stephen Schott Stadium, it is still Michigan State 6 and the Santa Clara Broncos nothing. You're watching NCAA Baseball Game of the Week on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
The top of the 6th inning for the Spartans, the catcher, Joel Fisher.
Michigan State is Joel Fisher. 1-for-1 the home run to Michigan State Spartans. For a all 1-1.
She got some quiet. I'm not sure. This is not how get involved with. I'm not going to, I don't want to.
And here we go. We're in the 6th inning. It's 6-0 in favor of Michigan State. Brian Professor B. Davis here for our NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week between the Michigan State Spartans from the Big Ten Conference and the Santa Clara Broncos. Ripped one into left field. This one's in trouble. Going back, and it's off the wall. And Joe Fisher's going to have himself a leadoff double here to start the 6th inning. Fisher already had a 3-run home run. And he hits a rocket shot to deep left field, and that he leads off with a leadoff double for the Spartans. So now he's 2 for 2. So he's halfway towards possibly a cycle. Seventh hit for the Spartans. And here we go. And we're going to try to give you everything we can on this broadcast of and there's a conference out there. I believe it's Davo, the pitching coach. We don't know who it is. So there's a conference out there. And a reminder, coming up next Saturday, our NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week will be headed back north in the city by the bay at AT&T Park, home of your World Series champion San Francisco Giants. The San Francisco Giants will take on, and it'll be the annual it's going to be the 8th annual Dante Benedetti Classic. And we're going to have a whale of a fun next Saturday afternoon we'll be having the Dons on there for the next two weekends, next 2 Saturdays. Next Saturday and the Saturday after, we'll be up at Benedetti Diamond when they take on St. Mary's. And we'll have a reliever coming in for the Broncos. It's 6-0 Michigan State. Let's take this time out.
It's kind of rolling out the simple play for your team. What you gonna do to put your team?
Pitching change for the Broncos. Now pitching number 32, Max Deering.
Who's it pitching?
Max
Gary.
All right, Max Deering.
That's great knowledge. No, it's not good. No. I'm pretty people losing now. You don't want to get me going on Joey Clark. I might say things on here I never say.
One and one with a 2.91 coming in. It is the lefty, Max Deering, coming in there for the Broncos. The pitch, and there for a ball. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The 2-1 pitch. And their first strike, it's now evens the count at 2-2. Evens the count. This is our 3rd week of doing our new series, NCAA Baseball Game of the Week. Doing a lot of Bay Area games. We're going to have so many games. And that's ripped in the center field to the center fielder. And under it, and that's the center fielder, Ozane, to make the catch, and it's 2-man gone. Or it's 1 man gone here in the top half of the 6th inning. So far for Michigan State, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Broncos, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Justin Hovis to the plate. Justin Hovis to the plate. Pitch. And there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 0-1. The pitch. And that one, 0-2. Oh, no balls and 2 strikes to count. Jake Hovis to the plate. Derek gets inside for his catcher. Loney, the pitch. That's a ground ball to the third base. He takes his time, throw the first two, and is in time for the out. 2 men gone here in the top half of the 6th inning for the Spartans. Anthony Checky will come to the plate. We're going to have some great fun in the coming weeks. USF and Portland next Saturday. We're going to have a great fun show next week. Pre-game, a little pregame. We're going to have hopefully have some special guests. Giordano and the boys last week doing their midweek game. We don't know who won on last night's game. Hadn't got a chance to check the score on that. The pitch. High fly pop-up. Foul territory. Third baseman. Oh no, he chopped it. Oh, my. Oh. So close to making the play. Ozane had the snow cone catch. It would have been the play of the day, but just couldn't quite hold on. It would have been a great play of a highlight film that would have been on Baseball Tonight, ESPN's Baseball Tonight's web gem. 1-1 to count. One and one. The pitch. In there for a strike, and it's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Ozane will come in real close with a great catch. The 1-2 pitch coming. And a liner, base hit in the left field. Coming to the throw of Creel. Here comes the throw. He slides. Got him in time. Great play, defensive play by the left fielder. And it was a great bang-bang play that ends a Michigan State Spartans rally left. No runs on 1 hit. 1 Spartan runner left on base. And after 5.5 complete here at Schott Stadium, it is the Michigan State Spartans still leading over the Broncos by a score of 6-0.
Feels like how my room is at home. I really have a bad habit though. Just keep my room everything cluttered though, you know. I gotta improve on that though. Cause you know the serious thing, seriously, you could actually, you know, if you have it too cluttered, your house could actually catch on fire.
Lead on for the Broncos.
And you know, with the coming with the spring, with the heat wave anytime soon, God, be real low. It's a very serious thing, you know. I'm staying with my parents temporarily, you know, and just, you know, I'm out of work. This is the only work out of my website, so you know. I mean, my dad gets on me a lot, but it's a serious thing. You got to, you know, even though I get tired, I got to really kind of try to reach back and be more prompt to it, though, because, you know, I don't want to, you know. So we're going into
the 6th inning here, and Stephen Takahashi will lead things off for the Broncos. It's 2-0. So we're reading the profile of Jake Boss. So he has done a lot in the program. Michigan State led the Big Ten last year, and they did some great things. Michigan State sweeping over the Michigan Wolverines in a 3-game series or more, first time since 1955, and only the 3rd time in school history, Michigan State has posted 4 sweeps in one season. That's whipped into center field. That's dropping, coming into the center field. Can't get it. That's going to be a leadoff single for Steven Takahashi. That's a base hit. Only the second hit for the Broncos. Matt Ozan will come to the plate. So we're just rereading this. Michigan State, as the Michigan State Spartans led the Big Ten, ranked 7th in the nation with a .318 batting average. 7th in the nation. Ripped into center field again. That's hit number 3 for the Broncos, as their starter is getting hit around a little bit. So Michigan State if you look at it, 2010, Boss led the Spartans to a 34-19 record in 10, tying them 6th most wins in program history. Michigan State opened the year winning 20 of its first 25 games, the best 25-game start since 1971, racked up 11 games winning. The bunt up the middle, he will throw the first, and that's going to be a 1-3 put out. The runners will move up 90 feet as Takahashi moves up to third, and Ozane moves up to second. In addition, if you look at this, his first season, he led the Green to the highest Big Ten finish in 5 years, a trip to the Big Ten tournament for the first time since 2004. In Lansing, Michigan native with 19 years of coaching experience, including 5 at the collegiate level, Boss was named the 2008 Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year, and he led Eastern Michigan to the NCAA Regionals in his first year as head coach. His successful year catapulted East Lansing, where he now directs one program where he wants to direct his entire career. Ground ball to second base. That's going to get the Broncos their first run. It's a 4-3 putout. In comes Takahashi. It's now a 6-1 ball game for the Michigan State Spartans as the Broncos get their first run of the ball game, and you got to give them credit for RBI productive at bat, playing a little small ball. Drew Onzan to the plate. The pitch. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Looking at some more of his under Boss direction in 09, the Spartans won the most games at home at 15, matching their longest in conference 7-game winning streak. In previous 5 years, the Spartans have swept 3 Big Ten series in 2009, took 2 or 3 games against intrastate rival Michigan for the first time since 2002, with one of the baseball's top facilities in the Midwest now in place to open McLean Baseball Stadium at Cobbs Field in March of 2009. As ripped into the center field, and that is the center. And Check is under there to make the catch. 1-1 with and one Spartan or one Bronco runner left on base. And after 6 complete here at Stephen Schott Stadium here in Santa Clara, NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week, presented by BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. It's Michigan State 6. And the Santa Clara Broncos 1.
My friend Mike
Leading on, about the seventh inning from the shortstop, Ryan Richardson.
Richardson. Richardson 0 for 2 on the game. Nice job fielding for Michigan State out there at shortstop. Back on the middle for Dan Clara. Very interesting outside. 1-0 pitch here, he kicks the whip. In the from the strike, 1-1. Michigan State down, keeping them scoreless until the Broncos can get to the bottom of the 3-2 here, mixing with the fastball line.
That's line down the right field line. That's a base hit.
Jordan Kerr will now lead it off. Will come to the plate for the Spartans. As a reminder, Jordan Kerr to the plate. We continue to look at the profile, so a lot of great names are coming out of the Michigan State. So in 2010, so offensively that year, the Spartans rank among the Big Ten leaders in nearly every statistical category, including batting second, 325. 22 triples, second with triples with 22, third with 415, a slugging percentage and a ground ball or the pickoff, and it's going to be, and he's out, one man gone in the inning. We just got back on the air as we just I gotta learn as a broadcaster in college the difference between college and pros, that there's no commercials, so you have to really keep it at a very short pace. And the pitch. And there for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch. And that's sliced opposite way foul. Michigan State has a lot going for them so far. Boss was selected the 2008 MAC Coach of the Year, becoming only the second coach in league history to win the MAC tournament and advance to NCAA regional for the first time. Overall, the Eagles, when he was there, finished the season 15-8 in conference play, 25-34 overall. Of course, if you went for a lot of non-college baseball fans who are just casual fans, if you win for one of those mid-small schools, if you win your tournament, you get the automatic berth in. That's in the center field as Jordan Kerr hits one in there for a base hit. Hit number 9 for the Spartans. That correction actually is hit number 10. So Jimmy Pickens to the plate. Two for Jimmy Pickens, he had, including a double. Scoring twice. In there for a ball, 1-0. A lot of stuff. They finished 15-8 that year, conference play. They ranked among the league leaders in hits, third, home run 64, 4 for 300. And through his actions, you look at the work and the stuff. He kind of reminds me of Coach Neo Giarratano, what kind of program, the integrity he brings at University of San Francisco. In my 13 years covering the Dons baseball, starting when that program comes up and creating environment, you know. And this is what Jake Boss Jr. has done in his 4 seasons there in East Lansing, Michigan. Pretty good football program too. Always right there in the Pac or in the Big Ten Conference. A lot of familiar names have played at Michigan State. Some familiar names for 49er fans. Remember Julian Peterson played there once upon a time. He's a Michigan State alum. Former Philadelphia Eagles linebacker Ike Reese, who works for who has a talk show at WIP 94 FM radio in Philadelphia. Also, another former NFL star. A lot of people know him as Andre Rison. Played at Michigan State. He helped Michigan State to the end up going to the Rose Bowl back in 1987. Pitch outside for a ball. I believe that was the last time that was when they were the Big Ten champions. 3-2 to count. Of course, Michigan State has great basketball tradition. Tom Izzo. Michigan State, of course, last national championship was back in 2000 under Tom Izzo 13 years ago. Always go to the field of 64. Their other title was back in 79 with Magic Johnson and his legendary coach Judd Heathcote as Pickens hits that one foul. So you look at this team. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. The 3-2 pitch. Popped up. It's the third baseman, Ozan. Under it makes the catch. 2-man gone here. That bring up Blaze Salter to the plate. Doing a great job. Combination naming and addition that they have an indoor pitching and hitting facility. The completion of a 2,500-seat McLean Baseball Stadium demonstrates the commitment that the university and department have for the baseball program. Boss is also no stranger to postseason play, as he has coached 6 of the last 10 NCAA tournaments prior to being named as head coach at Eastern Michigan. He was an assistant and a recruiting coordinator at Michigan from 2004 to 07 as the Wolverines made an NCAA regional appearance in all 3 seasons. That's ripped in the left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. The runner going around second. Here comes a throw, and there'll be no play. The runners as this curve will move to third, going all the way from first with 2 outs. And Ryan Krill will come to the plate. He took that one to left center field. That was going to go in for a base hit. Ryan Krill to the plate. 7th inning here. 6-1 in favor of Michigan State. And the pitch. Outside for a ball. You look at some other ones. The 41 Boss also was he assisted hitters like Boss mentored Wolverine catcher Jeff Kunkel, who was the finalist of the Giant Bench Catcher of the Year award finalist, and that's ripped in the center field in for a base hit. In come the score. It is Jordan Cure, an RBI single for the first baseman Krill, and it's now a 7-1 ball game. Hit number 12 for Michigan State. And now coming to the plate will be Joel Fisher. Joel Fisher will come to the plate. Joe Fisher is 2 for 2. Home run and a double and hit by pitch. He's 2 for 2 halfway towards the cycle. The pitch. And he throws that first pitch is in there for a strike 0-1. Michigan State trying to complete a series sweep. The runner gets back in there safely. 3-run home run. 7-1 in favor of Michigan State. Throughout the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-1. He was so Boss Jr. was an assistant at Eastern Michigan for 7 seasons from 97 to 04 before coaching at Ann Arbor. Helped the Eagles back-to-back MAC West Division champs in 2002 and 03. Eagles won the conference tournament title by advancing to NCAA regional, working with catchers at infield, and he hits that one foul. His collegiate coaching career in 96-97 and assistant at Iowa Central Community College at Fort Dodge, Iowa, before the team advanced to the NCAA World Series, including runner-up finish in 97. He worked as the 3 All-Americans, coached with catchers, outfielders, and oversaw academic services on the baseball team. He also served as an associate scout for the Atlanta Braves organization from 96 to 97. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The 2-2. And rips one just foul. And you look at his college career. He started his coaching career at Lakeville, Michigan High School in 1994 before becoming the head coach at Weberville, Michigan High School in 1995. Also played his alma mater from 89 to 93, earned a bachelor's degree in English in 93. It's now full count 3-2. He completed his master's degree in physical education at Eastern Michigan in 2000. An accomplished writer, Boss co-author of book Dare to Hit 400 in the spring of 1998. He's been a member of the All Baseball Coaches Association since 1995. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. And time's been called. Boss and his wife Cheryl has 2 daughters and has 1 son. So overall, his postseason, NCAA regionals in 2008, 2012, and ripped in a left field base hit. That's going to score a run. Here comes the runner coming to the plate, and there'll be no play. In comes, and that coming to score is Salter. That is RBI number 4. He now has himself a base hit, and he's now 3 for 3 at the plate. It's now 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. Hit number 13, and now he needs a 3-bagger to complete for the cycle. And there's going to be a pitching change as Coach Dave O'Brien comes out. And we're going to take this time out. It's 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. Here at BayAreaSportsWeekly.com, NCAA Baseball Game of the Week. And coming in to pitch is number 44, Nick Merderos. Let's take this time out. 8-1 Michigan State.
Yeah, I got it.
Pitching change for the Broncos. Now pitching number 44, Nick Medeiros.
What's his record? What's his record?
Oh no. 7 appearances. 5 appearances. 7 appearances. $5 and what? 68 cents.
ERA.
He's in charge of getting the Broncos out of the top of the 7th inning. I keep this minimal as possible for Michigan State. The Broncos want to put the game in front of the no feed is safe.
We're back here. Oh, yeah, I got that video on there. So coming in the pitch now for Santa Clara Broncos, it's now number 44. It's Nick Medeiros. No record. ERA 7.5, 5.7 appearances at 5.68 earned run average. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. 7th inning here. It's 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. The pitch outside for a ball as evens accounted 1-1. Michigan State getting 3 runs in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the 7th. Gorgon waits, he sets, or he's just waiting to his pitch. Hits the outside corner, strike 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The pitch. And low in the dirt. And scooped up by the catcher. Looney. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. A 2-2 pitch coming. Here it goes. Ripped into left center field, going back to left fielder. He's going to have room and makes the catch. 2 more runs. 2 runs on 5 hits and a pair left on base after 6.5 innings. It's 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. As we now, it's 7th inning stretch time here at Stephen Schott Stadium here in Santa Clara.
Doesn't look like it, but I remember writing it down. That way you wrote down, is it? Okay. What? Okay. If it's long, that's the head coach's phone. Who cares?
Leading off for the Broncos in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first baseman, TJ Bradley.
Michigan State near the bottom of that thing, they're in action. And the Michigan State bullpen, I think is that Spartans right now. This one, get on the shoelaces. TJ Brown, right to Richardson over there in that shortstop.
How about the second baseman, Kyle Demaris.
0 for 2. Reached on the fielder's choice and found out to right field. Just this one down the right field line. In the foul territory, coming in is he runs out of real estate there. As the air returns back to the batter's box, now Shea pretty much completely covering the outfield here at Stephen Chastain. Lightning ball. 6:53 local time. Starting game number 1 at 1 o'clock. Kyle Demaris takes on the outside corner. Clara now 0-2. 0-2 pitch here from Van Boston. Now lifted out to right field, range to his right into the alleyway. He takes that in and makes it down out number 2 here at the bottom of the 7th.
Now that is the catcher, Pat Looney.
Coming up to the plate for Santa 2-2 on the field. Came off the bench in the 7th inning to pinch run for Somerville at game number 1. Now up there, starting hitting for Santa. Takes Dillon in now for a ball 1-0. The right hand hitter waiting for the pitch from Van Boston. Michigan State. Trying to get through his first 7 games on the ball game. One pitch,
That's a cross on the other side.
For Michigan, they're coming across the line instead of go down.
They were here? Nick was in
New hitter for the Broncos. Now hitting number 17, DJ Zapata.
stumbling over some words and not reading large and
So we now go into the 8th inning.
Inning number 8. 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. They're trying to complete this doubleheader sweep and a 3-game sweep. Fly ball in the left field. There to make the catch for out number 2. Reminder, this broadcast is presented by Bay Area Sports Weekly News Media. Is a private sold non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or accounts or use of this game may not be disseminated without the account's written consent of Bay Area Sports Weekly Media or BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. Ryan Richardson to the plate. We're here in the 8th inning. 8-1. Another pitcher coming in for Santa Clara. It's DJ Zapta to the plate, or on the mound for the Broncos. Ground ball to the third baseman, Ozane. He'll take the throws to the first baseman at end time. 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no Spartan runners left. And after 7.5 here at Stephen Schott Stadium, NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week between the Michigan State Spartans from the Big Ten Conference and the Santa Clara Broncos from the West Coast Conference. It's Michigan State leading Santa Clara by a score of 8-1.
You did that. Oh, that could be bad nightmares, man. What's his name? What's his record?
For the Spartans, I bet you see Anthony and
4-1.
1-1.
1-1 ERA.
2.57.
$3.57.
2.57.
$2.57. Okay. I think he can communicate with players. He knows he can communicate with players. And he's going to try and show himself anything. He knows he has self-control over the game. He knows he got nothing to lose. He has great communicator, the common sense, and he don't even be surprised. I mean, I'm not doing it. I mean, I was like, oh, that's easy. I know he knows Jerry. He took too much. He's the biggest underdog.
leading off for the Broncos at the bottom of the 8th inning, the shortstop, Justin Beebe.
And leading off for the Broncos, Justin Beebe to the plate. He lead things off for Santa Clara. Pitch is in there for a ball, 1-0. 1-0.
On the weekend, 1 for 5.
Is in there for a strike. He evens the count. Bottom of the 8th inning. 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. Foul that back of the tipped. Next Saturday will be at AT&T Park for the annual Dante Benedetti Classic. At AT&T Park, home of your World Series champion San Francisco Giants. Busy week coming up. The World Baseball Classic begins tomorrow night. Championship round later in the week. Where it's going to be a very busy next several days. The pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Takes his time. He has all day to throw the first base, and the first baseman able to stay on the bag and get the out, and one man gone. Stephen Takahashi to the plate. Pitch is in there for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 to Stephen Takahashi. The pitch. In there for a strike. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Two balls and 1 strike to count. So we're going to have a lot of fun the next 2 weekends. We have USF Dons baseball for our college baseball game of the week at AT&T Park in downtown San Francisco, and on the Hilltop the following weekend on Easter weekend when they play St. Mary's Gales in West Coast Conference play. They begin West Coast Conference play this weekend. Dons have the second toughest schedule in America, in the nation. Coming off a big win last Tuesday night in their midweek game, getting a split against the number 3 ranked Oregon State Beavers, ranked 3rd in the country, handing their first loss of the season. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. That is the center fielder, Gibson. It's camps under and makes the catch, and 2 men are gone here in the top half of inning number 8. So, Matt Ozan to the plate. Matt Ozan to the plate from Scottsdale, Arizona. Eight to 1 in favor of Michigan State. In there for a strike. We'll be there next week for our game of the week. For a lot of you watching this game, if you're out there celebrating St. Patrick's Day weekend, please, if you're choosing to drink, please be real safe. If you plan to drink, please don't drink and drive. Play it safe. Please get yourself, have a plan. Don't take your car out. Just take a cab or public transportation wherever you are around the Bay Area. If you're coming to the city, if you plan to drink, just take local transportation. If you feel you can't drink, please take public, use safety precautionary. High for a ball. It's an Irish traditional holiday. Please don't drink and drive. If you plan to drink, get wasted, please take public transportation or a cab. High fly ball. It's a foul territory. The first baseman is under it, and goes in and bounces into the outside the Broncos dugout. 2-2 to count. Santa Clara, after this series, will begin a big road trip coming up. They will have no midweek games this coming week. At Pepperdine for 3 and at Portland for 3. They won't return home until April the 2nd against Cal State Bakersfield. Then they have a 3-game series against BYU in West Coast Conference play. A big week for us coming up next Saturday. Game of the week will be at AT&T Park, the 8th annual Dante Benedet Classic. USF Dons taking on the Portland Pilots at West Coast Conference play. Then, coming up in 10 days from now, on Thursday, March 28th, we'll have our BayAreaSportsWeekly.com Saturday Game of the Week primetime special. It's going to be, we'll be back over in Berkeley as the Cal Golden Bears will open Pac-12 action against the USC Trojans. It will be that's going to be a special primetime game because it's going to be the first ever night game at Evans Diamond in Berkeley, and that game will be at 6 o'clock. And that's going to be a huge for us. This is going to be the first of many primetime specials. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. To Casey Munoz. He's from San Diego, California. Munoz is 5'10", 210 pounds, a junior from San Diego, California, with the Cathedral Catholic High School. The 0-1 pitch. He hits that one foul. Now it's 0-2. That Thursday night, that will be on March 28th. The first pitch will be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. Then, our regular Saturday Game of the Week action will have USF and St. Mary's. A Bay Area West Coast Conference rival will battle up on the hilltop. We'll be having so many games in the coming days, coming weeks. We're going to even have Stanford and Cal play each other head-to-head late in the year. And we'll have another trip down to sometime in mid-late April, back on the farm and ripped into the second. That's going to be an easy 6-4 put-out down in the inning. So, no runs, no hits. One Spartan left on base. And after 8 complete here at Stevens Schott Stadium, it is Michigan State 8 and the Santa Clara Broncos 1. You're watching NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
Traffic is just here. Traffic is not.
There's a change for the Broncos. Now playing catcher, number 20, Kyle Portavante. Leading off for the Spartans, without the 19, the left fielder, Jordan Kerr.
For Michigan State. Take the Broncos last track out. 8-1 Michigan State beat Jordan Kerr who tested in for the Broncos. Freshman catcher, getting some experience in addition to Santa Clara. Michigan State Spartans won't have any problem sporting their green traveling back to East Bay. Sliders towards the top of the slider, low and outside, now loaded to a bit harder to do.
Yeah.
Right hitter, Jimmy Pickens.
The Spartans get their rebound to the rock and runners on. Runners at 429. Foul up. Player not get the screen here and they are able to come up with it with the screen. Just on the left side. Now they'll pick up an object. You can have the strike. Jimmy Pickens. Pickens 2 for 3 on the day. He's blocked. Foul now.
Ripped it at center field. This one's going back, and that scores to the wall. Coming in to score is Clara will come in to score. That's an RBI double for Jimmy Pickens. It's now 8-1 in favor of Michigan State. The Spartans now extend their lead to 8.
It's now actually 9-1 in favor of Michigan State. I think Dave O'Brien's going to come out. So Michigan State looks like they're on their way of completing a 3-game series sweep and a doubleheader. And we're going to take this time out, and coming into the game now for Santa Clara, and it's going to be, and we're going to try to see who it is. It is number 14, Kenny Treadwell, going to come into the game. Kenny Treadwell, a 6'2", 210-pound junior from Carmel, California, not far from here, went to Robert Louis Stevenson High School. We'll give him the numbers in just a moment. Anybody know what his numbers? Huh? $7.02? Okay. Okay. So we got Kenny Treadwell coming in for the Broncos. His record, no record, with a 7.2 ERA and 7 appearances. 7.02 ERA and 7.002 ERA. It's like $7.02. Nine to 1 in favor of the Spartans.
And we're just hearing the rendition of the classic, 1986 classic by the great Steve Winwood, Higher Love. That was one of my very favorite 80s songs. And you're also hearing the background, Shaka Kong singing the background vocals. Anthony Mateo will come to the plate. Pitches in there for a strike, and he's coming in to hit. 9-1. 9 runs, 15 hits, and no errors for the Spartans.
No balls and one strike. The 0-1 pitch. Ooh, missing. It hit that curveball. Strike two. It almost hit Mileto, but that big curveball just able to break in there, just in there. And the home plate umpire called a strike. It's now quickly 0-2. We're going to try to get you some scores around West Coast Conference baseball because the conference do begin this weekend. We know USF is playing. And there's a, yes, he did. A strike three called in. Andrew Mileto is gone on strikes, and it's one man gone here in the top half of the ninth inning. Ryan Krill to the plate. Yeah, on Tuesday, yeah. We'd like to thank Joey Harp, the baseball information director, for assistance for today's game. For all the stats and scores, or the numbers of today's game. We'll be having our post-game report. Ryan Krill. Oh and 1. Pitch is in there for a strike, or for a ball. It's 1-0. All you are celebrating their green. I love the Irish holiday. I always remember, always wear green. I think when I was 8 years old, I wore my green shirt to school, and some of the kids did not wear it. I think it was 8 or 9 years old, and a lot of them got pinched, and I wore my green. I didn't get pinched. I think it was one time I got pinched when I did not wear green. So every year, I always remind myself, wear green on St. Patrick's Day. Pitch is in there for a strike. A lot of people celebrating their Irish heritage, St. Patrick's Day. I was talking with Brian Murphy back in the fall when they had that pasta cook-off dinner. He was mentioning about kicking it around with a drunken Irish woman. Pitch is hit foul. 3-2 to count. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch. That smacked it, a right field base hit, and that holds the runners as the third base coach for the Spartans had to hold up, Pickens. Runners at the corners at first and third with 1 out. Joel Fisher, 3 for 3, a home run, a double, and a single. He has 4 RBIs. He now is a 3-bagger away, a 3-base hit away from completing the cycle. This is his last plate appearance. He has 4 RBIs in this afternoon's ball game. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. And the dirt for a ball. Spartans are just 3 outs away from completing a 3-game series sweep on their West Coast trip. They're on for Michigan State. A lot of the schools around the country are on spring break. 1-1 pitch. Rip! That's going to be a foul ball. Just foul. Looked like he's trying to stay in play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The 1-2 pitch coming. And that's a fly ball popped up, and he is not going to go 4 for 4 tonight. And the first baseman for the Broncos, and that is Braff under there to make the catch, and 2 men are gone. So end up Joel. That is Joel Fisher will finish 3 for 4 in 4 plate appearances with a hit by pitch, a home run, a double, and a single. The previous pitch before he popped that one, it came very close to being a fair ball with P.J. Nowak at the plate. 2 outs. Nowak is pinch hitting. It's a rookie. Ground ball to the shortstop. Takes his time, throw the first one. We get there in the dirt, and snow cone by T.J. Broff with the snow cone at first base. One hit and 3 hits, 2 Spartan runners at the left on base. And we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Last call for the Broncos, who trails Michigan State by a score of 9-1. You're watching NCAA baseball Saturday game of the week between the Michigan State Spartans and the Santa Clara Broncos from BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
But I like what I watched Dave O'Brien's on YouTube. I like what the direction he's going. Oh, I used to cover the USF Dons for 13 years, and with Nino Giarratano, I know what it's like back in '99 when I started covering them. It's a long process. It took them, 6 or 7 years. In his 8th year, they go to a regional. 2 years ago, they won the West Coast Conference title outright. Because they were this year with the tournament, they won it outright. The winner gets the automatic berth, and then whoever comes in second or thing of the odds guy, they have to go up. Odds guy gets in at large, and then depending, and then so it's good about the parity of the game. Joe Kaczynski will come in and pitch for
Michigan State. We're going to try to get a record for him. He's going to come in and pitch. 6'4", 230-pound senior from Crystal Lake, Illinois, with the Prain Ridge High School. The due-up hitters is Peter Somerville. Then it's Drew Ozane. Peter Somerville. Look at him. Peter Somerville, the catcher, entering the ball game. 6'2", 200-pound junior from the Pacific Northwest, from Seattle, Washington, Seattle Academy High School up in Seattle. Strike 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Ooh, strike 2. It's a 0-2 count. On deck for the Spartans is Drew Ozane. We'll have our post-game report after this game. Pitch is in there for a ball. Right now, our player of the game has to go to, most likely, it's going to end up for Michigan State, Joel Fisher. 1-2 pitch. He gone, or he's swinging a miss. It's a strike 3 tag out, so he gone. One man gone here in the last half of the 9th inning. Coming to the plate now. Drew Ozane to the plate. Drew Ozane. Ozane is 5'10", $175 from Scottsdale, Arizona. Went to Notre Dame Prep High School in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Lots going on in San Francisco Bay Area. World Baseball Classic coming up. Starting tomorrow night. Goes through the 19th. The semifinals and the championship game. USA was eliminated yesterday by Puerto Rico, losing 4-3. Dominican Republic, a great ball club. Lost 2 heartbreakers. Lost the other night 3-1 to Dominican Republic. And also, you've got to look at the Dante Benedetto Classic next Saturday. We'll be out there. 3:30 Pacific Standard Time will be the first pitch. Pitch is high out there for a ball. So BayAreaSportsWeekly.com, Saturday Game of the Week is the place to be for all your NCAA college baseball action game of the week. 2-2. The pitch. And their first strike 3 called, and Drew Ozane has gone on strikes, and 2 men are gone. And the last man standing, the last hope to keep this game alive for the Broncos is T.J. Braff. T.J. Braff, 6'4", 210-pound sophomore from Palo Alto, California. Went to Palo Alto High School just across the street from Stanford Stadium on the campus of Stanford University. Pitches in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. It's going to be a fun one next Saturday afternoon. 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. BayAreaSportsWeekly.com will be giving you the game of the week. The pitch. And therefore, ball evens accounted 1-1. 1-1. Ground ball to the third shortstop. This should do it. Throw the first in time. And the ball game is over, and the Michigan State Wolverines, that's one in the win column as they complete the 3-game series sweep. They sweep the doubleheader, and they win the series 3 straight. So they win tonight by a score of 9-1 against the Santa Clara Broncos. So we're going to take this brief timeout, and we'll be right back with the totals in just a moment. You're watching NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week between the Michigan State Spartans from the Big Ten Conference against the Santa Clara Broncos from the West Coast Conference on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.
Watch your mouth. Joe, walk over
What the final totals here this afternoon, or
the final totals here this afternoon here at Schott Stadium here on Santa Clara. The final score, Michigan State 9 and Santa Clara 1. Here are the final totals For your Michigan State Spartans, 9 runs, 16 hits, no errors. For the Santa Clara Broncos, 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher goes to, it ended up going to Van Boston gets the win. His record improves to 1-1. The losing pitcher is the loser is Jake Steffens. His record drops to 0-1. The only home run of the game was by Joel Fisher. He went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and he scored. He ended up scoring an RBI. So
Michigan State improves their record to 9-7, while the Santa Clara Broncos drop their record to 8-12, and losing 3 in a row. And we're going to take it at this time as we're doing our post-game report on BayAreaSportsWeekly.com as we look at the as we reset this game as Michigan State down early. It was scored 6 times in the first 3 frames as they led 3-0, and they never trailed. And the big blow was Joel Fisher hitting a 3-run home run. He ended up having 4 RBIs in the contest, and Ben Boston was terrific. 7 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run with walk, 2 whip, 1 strikeout. And the Santa Clara Broncos, they are struggling with the pitching, and Dave O'Brien, the head coach, he's going to have a lot of work to do, and it's a process to be, as you know, we used to cover the San Francisco Dons, USF Dons for 13 seasons on the hilltop. It takes a long process to get to that direction, so a lot of work to be done for Santa Clara. As for Michigan State, they complete their 3-game sweep, and they're getting ready to get ready for Big Ten Conference, and that's that. And well, that's going to do it tonight from Schott Stadium. They win it by a score of 9-1. We'd like to thank Joey Kuritz as our information director for baseball information for Michigan State, and also for all the assistants for tonight's game, and also a special shout out to Michigan State Athletic Commission's and their guy Mick McWerrider, who's the baseball information man, who was unable to attend. None of their Michigan State people are in doing the series because they're of course getting ready for the NCAA tournament and for the Big Ten basketball tournament with Michigan State Wolverines. But we like to thank them as well, even though they're in spirit. Despite this time, they're in their absence. We'd like to thank everybody here, and for everybody, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis, signing off from Stephen Schott Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The final score: Michigan State 9, and the Santa Clara Broncos 1. And for the latest sports scores, go to NCAA.com, and for people watching this, MichiganMSUSpartans.com is the Michigan website, and for the Santa Clara Broncos, their website will end up being and for so we'd like to thank everybody for attending and watching this game tonight. Next Saturday will be over in San Francisco's AT&T Park between your USF Dons and the USF Dons and the Portland Pilots in West Coast Conference play the annual Dante Benedetti Classic. And the game will start at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For everybody, for Brian Professor B. Davis and Shane Gaxiola, this has been NCAA College Baseball Game of the Week. Once again, the final score: the Michigan State Spartans from the Big Ten Conference 9, and the Santa Clara Broncos 1. As with the win, Michigan State improves their record to 9-7, while Santa Clara drops to 8-12. This is Brian Professor B. Davis signing off, and stay firmly grounded and keep reaching for the stars. Have a good night, everybody. Bay Area Sports Weekly NCAA.com's coverage of NCAA Baseball Game of the Week is a Professor B Productions and Bayer Sports Weekly Media.